Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update of 1000 Days Challenge. These days 746, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, there's no change in terms of equity balance wise. I may have some sort of a decrease in terms of equity balance, especially right now. So there's two long trade I did mention that I entered. So right now it's already entered here, then a loss. I didn't enter close the trade over here simply because of what I mentioned. Until we close decisively below this 50 simple moving average, I would not think about closing this trade itself. So it is what it is. So I'll be looking in terms of another around hour-ish. If it does close below it, which is very likely to do so, then in which case I'll close this trade itself and then let's proceed to what it is right now. All right, other than that, if you look in terms of across the board, we still look in terms of some sort of bullish momentum in terms of a daily chart itself. So you can see that we're still bullishly coming towards the upside quite aggressively over the past 1 month since 14th of July. And right now is 16th of August itself. So it's in the month. All right, so as long as you do consolidate over here on the upside of things, I do think that we have a very likelihood to continue towards the upside. But of course, if we were to have a strong break towards the downside and break this 20 exponential moving average on the Nasdaq itself, then that could potentially lead to a reversal in terms of trend itself. Otherwise, it still looks to be relatively healthy for the US market itself. On the other hand, for China equity market, it still looks a little bit more towards the bearish bias of momentum itself, simply because we're having trouble to stay above of it. Even though we break above, stay above, we didn't manage to continue on the third day itself. So for me right now, I need a very minimum 3 days or preferably 1 week, which is 5 days or 5 candlesticks above this 20 exponential moving average to give a more clearer confirmation sign that sense. In the case of KY as well, similarly, we do want it to break above and stay above to give a very clear sign of reversal in terms of trend as well. As you can see over here, there was a decent attempt to break above trend, but then we break below. And once we broke below that, we actually didn't manage to climb up since then. So definitely we do want sort of a momentum whereby we are able to break above and stay above. All right, and then finally for Bitcoin itself, definitely things looks a little bit more bearish, especially from the daily chart. We do close below the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart, which is currently, I guess, at around 23.5K region itself. So we do close below that for the daily candlestick itself. I do lean towards much further bearish momentum in the coming day ahead. Potentially we could retest this 50 simple moving average, which is around 22K region itself. And we do find support at over this region itself. Definitely I do lean towards a very bearish downside. But you can see that this is more like a very stable climb itself. So we could without doubt also consolidate within this region itself. But let's see how things goes. Otherwise, I'm relatively neutral. Nothing too specific in terms of bullish or bearish wise. I do think that we are much more likely to consolidate within this region. But if we do break below the 50 simple moving average on the daily chart, then definitely I would lean to a much more stronger downside momentum itself to at least test for this double or triple bottom itself, or potentially even the lower low below the 17K mark. All right, otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.